You mentioned a lot of some of the kids, actors and actresses that you're around. Life had gotten so overbearing that they didn't feel they could go on.
Yeah.
You mentioned Amanda Bynes, and you see her in conservatorship, and you see her dealing with her issues. How difficult is that for you, knowing what you went through and seeing her go through something very similar?
It's deep. I mean, when I was at the Sun Hotel in Canada, where I was going to end my life at that moment, on the other side of a balcony, Amanda was there. Amanda was shooting a show, a movie where she played a guy, that movie. And Kenan was in town too as well. We hadn't talked in a while. He was doing Snakes on the Plane.
Okay.
And no one knew that I was going through with my ex. You know, we had very toxic relationship. You know what I mean? As you can imagine from the start of it all. You know what I mean?
It's hard to reveal something after a lie.
Yeah, bro.
If it was founded on a lie, it's going to fall eventually.
Yeah, exactly. And it went from bad to worse, you know, with the things that were being revealed, you know. And it was a lot, you know. It was other times. She had gotten pregnant, other things, and it just got to a point.
She had gotten pregnant again?
Yeah.
While y'all together?
Yeah.
And it wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me.
Oh, come on, Kel.
It wasn't me.
And you stuck around?
Yeah, I stuck around. But here's the thing. These were things that were being revealed, you know.
She telling you this?
No.
How did you find this out? I want to know how you found this out. You read a letter, you got to it through the phone?
Yeah, okay. All right, so how that one went, there was a thing where we weren't having sex anymore, and we weren't doing anything anymore. Because
you weren't having sex. Clearly she was.
Yeah, it's just because of I knew what was going on.
Right.
And I was like, yo, what is even happening? You're not coming home. You're not doing all these different things.
And y'all man, she not coming home. Y'all
Yeah. But then this was, you know, back then.
Yeah.
We praying for her now. It's all good.
Yeah.
But this is what's the process of what I was going through.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And so now as this is going on, there was a time, get some more soda.
Now I need something stronger than soda, Kel. You telling me that right here.
Go ahead, brother.
I mean, you had one, you aborted that, but that wasn't yours. She told you didn't know. You had one of your own, and
Yeah. Well, yeah. There was a situation where there was a guy, you know, and I had a feeling, you know what I mean, that she was
Did you know him?
Talking to somebody. It was one of her friends that used to come over, right? And, you know, I was working a lot, you know what I mean? So it was one of those situations. And so I was dropping off the kids, you know, and, you know, didn't go to work, and you know how I go. And so one day I decided where I was like, yeah, I'm going to take the car and just kind of like go searching where she might be, because she ain't come home. And so I got in the whip, went driving around, saw her whip, looked different, you know, and I saw it, and I said at the hotel, I was like, yo, okay, this is a car at the hotel. I go to the lobby, you know what I mean? I go walk into the lobby. Turns out dude just come walking down the lobby about to go to the car, you know, my car, and then she was driving, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, okay, what's up? Take me upstairs. Let's go to the elevator, let's go together. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? And we go up, we don't need to fight, let's go.
Yeah.
Because I already know what it is.
Right.
So we go up. Of course, she's surprised. Oh, you know, within the room. And, you know, we walk in. You know, I walk in there, and I'm just like, hey, okay, so this is what's going on. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? All right, and this is what you're doing? Okay, so, and I walk out. Because I'm like, I'm not about to fight over someone that...
she already made a decision.
Yeah, you made your decision. You already we'd been through it.
Did she like come out and let me explain?
Yeah.
What did that explain? Offer without explanation.
Let me explain. I'll go to the car. After I went to the car, then there was this, I was like, yo, I need to go back. And I went back because now I was like, well, I felt disrespected, so now I need to go do something. I went back, so then I'm going back up there. Cops came, everybody came up at that point. And I remember this cop told me, he said, hey, yo, I seen this type of woman, this situation. You need to get out of this situation. You know what I mean? Need to get out of this situation. Like, you know, like a goofy, still stayed around. You know what I mean? We said we was trying to make it work for the kids. You know what I mean? Trying to make it work for the kids. But it just wasn't working out. You know what I mean? Trying to make it work. And she ended up getting pregnant by another guy. Now, how that situation happened was that I was at the hospital. She had a sickle cell trait, so she ended up, you know, I'm thinking it's that. We go in there, and the doctor comes in and says, "Yeah, so you lost the baby." And I was just like, "Hey, yo, what? You lost the baby?" And I'm like, "Oh, I know that's not mine." And so I lost the baby, and and I'm like, "Okay, so she was pregnant at that time." And this was just like, what was going on? You know what I mean? Within the relationship.
That was rough,
But then
bro.
it's also doing movies, doing TV shows, doing all these things as this is going on, not really telling anybody anything.
Right.
I wasn't telling my parents, telling my family what was going on.
Right.
You know, so now all these situations are happening, and I get to the point where I'm at, 2004 up there. And the thing about it is that I would drink, to get out of some, emotional, all of this mind, because it was just kind of like, making people laugh and doing all these things. But then also this is going on too as well. You know what I mean? And so I got to the point where I'm about to do this. And the reason I did that was because I went to Canada to do this movie, and we had already, the relationship was just toxic at that point. So now I'm here, and I get a phone call, and she's this guy, that she wants to be with. And I was just like, okay, yeah, y'all need to be together. You know what I mean? Like, let's do this. But then I'm also dealing with the embarrassment of all of this situation. What's going on? I don't want people to know what I'm going through, all this situation. And I just felt like at that point it needs to be a reset button. Just because I looked at my parents and how beautiful their relationship was, and how this relationship was not being that at all, and how what I thought marriage would be wasn't that at all. And then even just the navigation of this industry as well, and what was going on. And I just wanted to hit an off button at that point, and I felt like that was the answer.
Right.
I tell people, I heard something tell me, "Hey, yo, Kel, get into a room, lock the door, and get off this balcony." I know that was God now, but at that time, I said it was a person, but I know it was God that told me to do that. And I did that and went and did work, and then from that, changing my life around, where it's to the point where now it's like really living life for me and understanding that,
Kel, even though I'm listening to you talk, and it's a very traumatic experience, and I'm sorry that you had to experience that.
It's all good.
But it seems to me, no matter how chaotic it was in your personal life, it was the acting that kept you going.
Well, I would say this, because even with the process of me and Kenan, he kind of just, and I don't think he knows it, we did have a conversation about this, but he didn't know any of this either. He didn't know all these things were going on in my life until recently, when I was able to talk to him about it. And the thing about it is that on that side of work, when it was a thing of, my talent being stolen by, this writer, this yelling by this writer, all these different things, the process of that and work and all how that was, and navigating that, he was also managed by the same company that the writer was in. And so within that, it was just like, oh, y'all all together. So I couldn't trust anybody. And where I was from, with having people, die within my life that were in Chicago, I'm going through turmoil in a toxic relationship, and then I'm also having problems within the workplace as well. That was a gumbo of just like, you know what I mean, of what was going on. And that's when I talk about, like, with Robin Williams, when I was saying, like, smiling through everything and making other people laugh. You never know what somebody else might be going through at that time. And Kenan was going through his own process as well, and things that he was going through, but we both weren't sharing.
Right.
And this is what I talk about with relationship and letting people know what's on your heart.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party, because we like to do something before two something.